Alrighty, hey boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I got a comment on one of my videos a while ago from Jeremy, and Jeremy asked if I could make a video on how I make my covers. So thank you for your comment, Jeremy, because that spawned a wonderful idea. And I figured I'd make a little three-part series on how I go about making a cover, start to finish. Part of this video, or this series rather, will be tailored towards beginners who want to cover Eden songs or any song really on either the guitar, piano, and with your voice, and sort of learn a process in which you can approach songs that might not have a do-it-all tutorial available for it. And so the first part of this is going to be finding the chords, finding the song that you want to use, and more importantly, transposing those chords for your voice. I feel like people think this is a lot harder than it is with the technology that we have and with all the information that's on the internet. It's super simple. So this first part is going to be really for the beginners. The second part is going to be recording, and this is where it's going to get more technical. It's going to get gear-based, sort of the techniques that I use when I record my covers. Everything from gain staging to all of that stuff. It's not going to be a tutorial on how to record music. It's simply what I do, and if you guys can take anything from it that helps you and improves your content, I think that's perfect. And the last, third part, final part is going to be on mixing. I'm not going to add too much stuff about the video, but it's going to be primarily audio and how I approach that. Mixing everything from EQing to not creating a master necessarily. Not any serious stuff, but getting a cover that you feel confident about putting on YouTube. So firstly, I'm going to start off with finding the chords, and I want to start with the piano first. So we're going to hop onto the computer here. And firstly, I want to show you guys this website called 8 Notes. And now, I'm not a piano player, so this is a great place that I come when I want to learn piano chords that I don't know. So you're going to head to 8notes.com, and under the Resources tab, you're going to hit Piano Chord Chart. Now, this is an indispensable tool, I feel. So once you bring up this area here, you can click on any of the notes, and it'll bring up the chord with different inversions. You can find a chord by inputting notes yourself. You can show all the chords. I mean, it has every single chord. This is a really powerful tool, even if you're not doing covers, if you're trying to just learn music. So I think this is important to keep up. And we're going to go to Ultimate Guitar. Ultimate Guitar is just not for guitar. Let's see. Ultimate Guitar. Sorry. Ultimate Guitar. Now, let's go to, let's see, we're going to bring up Take Care. And this is, I should mention, this is just primarily for chords. It's not going to be really guitar tabbed based, but more for chords that we can play on both the piano and guitar. So let's go to Take Care. Here's a good chord version of Take Care. So here we go. We have the lyrics, we have our chords. When you hover over the chords, they're obviously going to be guitar. We're going to go over that in a second. But you want to play the piano version of this song, or you want to create a piano version of this song, right? So you take down your chords, you say, okay, I don't know what a B minor looks like. Let's look for that. And once again, this might be very beginner, but that's what this is based for. So let's go to B, show our B minor chord. And here, you can play it. I can play it, but you guys aren't going to be able to hear it. You've got the B minor there. So you can copy that, learn that chord, maybe write it down, head back and do this for all of the chords. And the chords are over the lyric, so it gets a little bit of the timing easier. Now, okay, you might say, I'm not stupid. I understand that that's what that's for. But this is what is important. So you play this, but you can't sing it. It's too high or it's too low. It's often too high for me. What I do is head down here at the bottom to transpose. Now, this is awesome. We want to make the song lower. We take it 2 half steps, which will make the song not sharp or flat. So normally you want to do it in 2s for the ease of playing new chords. If you're a beginner, It'll be easier to do it in twos because you won't have to deal with funky chords. If you know what you're doing, by all means. Okay. Now we'll be in the key of, let's see, we'll be in the key of F here. So now we've got A minor, G, F. This is 2 half steps down, lower than it was before. Now we can head back to the piano chord chart and say, okay, what does our A minor chord look like? Boom, you've got your A minor right there. So I feel like this is useful because you can tailor your cover to your voice. You don't have to feel worried about not trying to be able to hit a note. And this also holds true to the guitar. So when we go to look for a chord chart like this for guitar, if we hover over, we see the guitar notes there and the guitar fingerings as well. So if you're not familiar with what this diagram is above the chord, I'd highly recommend you head over to somewhere like Chord, and this will teach you this sort of notation for chords. This is very important to learn if you want to do covers. If you want to play any guitar, this is basic stuff. It will show you the numbers of which finger to put on which fret. So that is super easy once you get that down, and it will allow you to play a lot of songs. So we've got those here. So it's like the same thing, you can transpose it however you want. So let's see, I'm probably going to play this in its normal key. But let's see, if I want to play the B minor, you're going to have to put that index finger over the 2nd fret, and then your ring finger, your middle finger, or excuse me, your pinky, your ring finger, and your middle finger are going to have to be over the 5th and 4th frets there. So you can also look at different ways to play B minor, 7th fret, 7th fret, right? Important thing here, transpose. By all means, take it down 6 half steps if you like. Now you're in the key C. So there's a ton of options here, and that's what I wanted to stress in this video. I also want to show you really quickly, I'm going to cut here, an app that I use specifically for if I'm playing around and I want to know a different way to play the chord. If I'm not using Ultimate Guitar, there's a super duper cool app on your phone which will allow you to put in notes on the fretboard, and it will spit out what chord it is. So let's cut to that. All right, here we are. Please excuse my not so great way of recording my cell phone, but this is called Guitar Toolkit. It's got this little pick with the flames on it. I don't know if it's a paid app. I will put the link to everything in the description below. But this is an app that I use primarily because of this function. It allows you to look up any chord that you'd like. B major, let's say. And then it allows you to strum it. I think this is awesome because if you want to know what a certain string is supposed to sound like, this is great. I mean, and it has different versions of that chord. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now if we head up to the lookup, excuse me, right here, you can do the opposite just like on the 8 notes, and you can look up a chord. So let's say we want to put in a G. It'll tell me exactly what chord that is. If you screw up your G, it's a G add 9, there you go. It'll tell you right there. Kind of the cool thing to play around with. App also has metronomes, has your scales, teaches you all your scales. A tuner, which is great. I'm normally out of tune, so this helps a lot. And you can change the instruments and the tuning. So this is a super, super good tool for any beginner guitarists or even beginner any musicians. This is a cool tool to have, and I use it a lot. So that's going to do it for the first part of this series. Like I said, primarily based for beginners. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And if there's anything that I missed, I'll leave it in the description of the video. Check all the links there for the things mentioned here. And I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend, guys.